In the northwestern corner of Africa, where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Mediterranean Sea, lies a kingdom of extraordinary contrasts and ancient wonders. This is Morocco, a land where history breathes in the very air. Did you know that the oldest university in the world, the University of Al-Qarawiyyin, was founded here in 859 AD by a woman? Or that the country's national animal, the Barbary lion, is now extinct in the wild? This is a place where snow can dust the sands of the Sahara, and goats, with an uncanny sense of balance, climb argan trees in search of fruit. The sheer magic and profound beauty of Morocco, woven from vibrant souks, soaring mountains and endless deserts, can feel almost overwhelming for a first-time visitor. Where does one even begin to unravel such a rich tapestry? Fear not, I am here to be your guide. Together we shall journey through time, exploring the very soul of this magnificent land. We will walk through winding blue alleyways, listen to the whispers of ancient kasbahs, and feel the immense silence of the desert under a canopy of stars. This is not merely a tour of places, but an immersion into the stories they tell. Stories of empires, nomads, artisans, and the enduring spirit of the Moroccan people. We will uncover the most breathtaking locations, from bustling imperial cities to the quiet solitude of the dunes. If you are as excited as I am to embark on this remarkable exploration, to uncover hidden gems and connect with cultures that have thrived for millennia, then I invite you to join our expedition. Do consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. It signals your readiness to journey with us and ensures you won't miss the extraordinary tales that history has yet to tell. Now let our adventure into the heart of Morocco begin. To truly understand Morocco, one must first appreciate the many threads from which its identity is woven. It is a story that begins long before recorded history, with the indigenous Berber people, or Imazigan, the free people, whose roots in this land are ancient and deep. Their language, their traditions, and their profound connection to the earth form the very bedrock of Moroccan culture. Their presence is felt everywhere, from the high mountain villages to the nomadic camps of the desert. A constant living reminder of the land's original inhabitants. This enduring legacy is a testament to their resilience and strength through countless ages. Over millennia, waves of history have washed over these shores, each leaving its indelible mark. The Romans arrived, building cities like Volubilis, whose magnificent ruins still stand as a testament to their engineering prowess. Then came the Arab dynasties, bringing with them a new faith, Islam, and a new language which would forever shape the nation's spiritual and intellectual landscape. They founded imperial cities, built grand mosques and madrasas, and fostered a golden age of science, art, and philosophy that illuminated the world. This fusion of Berber, Arab, and Roman influences created a unique cultural alchemy. One of the most visually striking examples of this synthesis is the city of Chefchaouen, nestled in the Rif Mountains. Here the buildings are washed in 100 shades of blue, a tradition said to have been introduced by Jewish refugees in the 15th century, who saw the color as a symbol of heaven and divinity. To walk through its labyrinthine streets is to feel as if you are swimming through a dream. The air is calm, the light is soft, and every corner reveals a new, perfectly composed scene of ethereal beauty. It is a photographer's paradise and a balm for the soul. No exploration of Moroccan culture would be complete without mentioning its architectural wonders. The intricate tilework known as zelige, with its geometric precision and vibrant colors, adorns palaces, mosques, and fountains. The carved stucco plasterwork so delicate it resembles lace, and the majestic cedar wood ceilings all speak of a craft passed down through generations. These are not merely decorative elements. They are a form of prayer, a mathematical expression of the divine, a story told in pattern and form that reflects a deep understanding of beauty and harmony. And then, there is the ritual of Moroccan mint tea. It is far more than a simple beverage. It is the lifeblood of social interaction, a symbol of hospitality, generosity, and friendship. The preparation itself is a ceremony: green tea, fresh mint leaves, and a generous amount of sugar, brewed and poured from a height to create a delicate foam known as the crown. To be offered tea is to be welcomed, to be accepted into the fold. It is a moment to pause, to connect, and to share stories, the most essential of human traditions. This land is also home to a rather peculiar and wonderful sight: tree-climbing goats. In the Souss Valley, native argan trees produce a fruit that is irresistible to the local goats. With an agility that defies their form, they clamber up into the branches to feast. This remarkable behavior is not just a charming spectacle, it is part of an ancient ecological and economic cycle. The nuts, passed through the goat's digestive systems, are then collected by local Berber women, who crack them by hand to extract the precious kernels used to produce world-renowned argan oil. The cuisine is another chapter in Morocco's story. The tagine, a slow-cooked stew named after the conical earthenware pot it's cooked in, is a perfect metaphor for the country itself. A slow simmering of diverse ingredients, Berber, Arab, Andalusian, and French, creating a complex and harmonious whole. Spices like saffron from Taliwin, cumin, turmeric, and ginger are the soul of the kitchen, turning simple ingredients into a feast for the senses. Every meal is a celebration of the land's bounty and its rich history. The Berber people, as we've mentioned, are the constant thread. They are not a monolithic group, but a collection of distinct tribes with their own dialects, customs, and artistic expressions. Their carpets tell stories in wool and dye. Their silver jewelry carries ancient symbolism, and their music, played on traditional instruments, echoes the rhythms of the mountains and the desert. To meet the Berber people is to connect with a way of life that is both ancient and profoundly relevant, rooted in community, family, and a deep respect for nature. Perhaps one of the most astonishing facts about this land of sun and sand is the occasional magical appearance of snow in the Sahara Desert. While rare, it is not impossible. When cold, high-pressure air from the north moves over the desert, temperatures can plummet below freezing. The sight of red gold dunes blanketed in pristine white snow is an almost surreal spectacle, a reminder that nature, in its infinite power, always holds the capacity to surprise and to awe us with its paradoxical beauty. From the blue city to the snow-dusted desert, Morocco is a land of endless fascination. Each fact, each tradition, is a doorway into a deeper understanding of its soul. It is a place that challenges preconceptions and rewards the curious traveler with experiences that are both beautiful and profound. The history here is not confined to museums or books. It is alive, visible in the architecture, tasted in the food, and felt in the warmth of its people. It is a living, breathing mosaic. There are few places on earth that command such a profound sense of scale and silence as the Sahara Desert. It is not merely a desert. It is a vast living entity, an ocean of sand and rock that stretches across the continent. To stand at its edge is to feel a sense of humility, to be confronted by the raw, untamed power of nature. Its name, Sahara, is derived from the Arabic word for desert, Sahara. But no single word can capture its immensity or its spirit. It is a landscape of stark, breathtaking beauty. The temperatures here are a study in extremes. By day, the sun can be relentless, beating down upon the sand and heating the air to scorching levels. Yet, as the sun dips below the horizon, this heat rapidly bleeds away into the clear night sky. The temperature can plummet dramatically, creating a chill that is as intense as the day's heat. This daily cycle of fire and ice has shaped not only the landscape but all life that dares to exist within it, demanding incredible resilience and adaptation from every plant, animal, and human. Many imagine the Sahara as an endless sea of uniform sand dunes, but this is only part of its story. The desert's landscape is remarkably diverse. There are vast plains of gravel and rock known as Reg, towering mountain ranges like the Hogar and Tibesti, and dry riverbeds or wadis that hint at ancient forgotten waters. And then there are the ergs, the great sand seas with their monumental dunes, sculpted by the wind into mesmerizing, ever-shifting forms. Each part of the Sahara has its own character, its own stark and dramatic personality. For millennia, this formidable landscape has been the domain of nomadic tribes, most notably the Tuareg, often called the Blue Men of the Desert for the indigo-dyed veils worn by the men. These are a people forged by the desert's harsh realities. Their lives are a testament to human endurance and ingenuity. They possess an encyclopedic knowledge of the terrain, knowing how to find water, navigate by the stars, and survive where others would perish. Their culture is rich with poetry, music, and a fierce sense of independence and honor. Life, against all odds, persists here. The fennec fox, with its enormous ears that help dissipate heat, flits across the cool night sands. The Dorcas gazelle, able to survive almost entirely on the moisture from the plants it eats, moves with delicate grace. And the addax, a desert antelope with magnificent spiral horns, is a master of survival, a ghost of the dunes. These creatures are perfectly attuned to the desert's rhythms, their existence a quiet miracle in this challenging environment. Each one is a marvel of evolution. The Sahara was not always a barrier. For centuries it was a thoroughfare, a network of historical trade routes that connected the Mediterranean world with sub-Saharan Africa. Great camel caravans, sometimes thousands strong, traversed these perilous paths. They carried salt, a commodity once as valuable as gold, from the north, and returned with gold, ivory, and slaves from the south. The ruins of ancient caravan cities, or ksars, still stand as silent witnesses to this bygone era of epic commerce and cultural exchange. Today, one can still taste a whisper of that ancient traveler's life. A camel ride into the dunes is a timeless experience. The gentle, rhythmic sway of the animal, the soft padding of its feet on the sand, connects you to a mode of transport that has remained unchanged for thousands of years. As you move deeper into the desert, the noise and clutter of the modern world fall away, replaced by the sound of the wind and the vast, profound silence of the sands. It is a journey not just across a landscape, but back in time. The true magic of the Sahara, however, reveals itself at the bookends of the day. A Saharan sunset is an event of unparalleled beauty. The sun, a perfect orb of fire, sinks below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery shades of orange, pink, and purple. The dunes themselves seem to glow from within, their shadows lengthening and deepening until they merge with the encroaching night. It is a spectacle that stills the mind and fills the heart with a sense of awe. As darkness falls completely, another, even more magnificent spectacle begins. With no light pollution to obscure the view, the Saharan night sky is a breathtaking canopy of stars. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a river of diamonds, and constellations, both familiar and new, shine with an astonishing clarity. To sit in a Berber camp, warmed by a fire, listening to the gentle beat of a drum, and to gaze up at this cosmic display is to feel an overwhelming connection to the universe, a sense of one's own small place within its infinite grandeur. The experience of the desert is transformative. It strips away the non-essential and forces a confrontation with the fundamental elements of existence: sun, wind, sand, and stars. It teaches lessons of patience, resilience, and the beauty of simplicity. A night spent in a traditional Berber tent, wrapped in blankets against the cold desert air, is to experience a profound sense of peace and belonging. The Sahara is more than a destination. It is a pilgrimage to the very heart of the world, a place that leaves an indelible mark on the soul of all who venture into its depths. In the foothills of the snow-capped Atlas Mountains lies a city that beats with a vibrant, chaotic, and utterly intoxicating rhythm. This is Marrakech, the Red City, so named for the distinctive terracotta-hued sandstone of its ancient walls and buildings. Founded in the 11th century, it has been an imperial capital, a center of commerce, and a magnet for artists, traders, and mystics for nearly 1,000 years. To arrive in Marrakech is to be swept up in a whirlwind of sights, sounds, and smells that is at once overwhelming and exhilarating. The undeniable heart of the city is the Jama' el-Fna Square. By day, it is a vast open space, dotted with snake charmers whose flutes play hypnotic melodies, water sellers in their colorful traditional dress, and storytellers captivating small crowds. But as dusk falls, the square undergoes a magical transformation. It becomes a massive open-air theater and restaurant. Food stalls emerge, sending plumes of fragrant smoke into the air, and circles form around musicians, dancers, acrobats, and boxers. It is a spectacle of life in its most raw and energetic form, a tradition that has been declared a UNESCO masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. Just a stone's throw from the square's vibrant chaos stands the Koutoubia Mosque, the city's most famous landmark. Its magnificent minaret, a masterpiece of Hispano-Moresque architecture, has served as a prototype for other famous towers, including the Giralda of Seville. It is not merely a place of worship, but an anchor for the city, a point of reference visible from miles around. At night, when it is beautifully illuminated, it stands as a serene and elegant sentinel, watching over the city's ceaseless activity with a quiet, dignified grace. For a moment of tranquil escape from the city's frenetic pace, one can retreat to the Majorelle Garden. This botanical wonderland, Created by the French painter Jacques Majorelle and later restored by the fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent, is an oasis of calm and color. A stunning shade of cobalt blue, now known as Majorelle blue, is used on the walls, planters, and fountains, creating a striking contrast with the lush greenery of bamboo groves, cacti, and bougainvillea. To wander its shaded pathways is to feel the city's heat and noise simply melt away. To truly know Marrakech, however, one must lose oneself in the Medina. This is the old walled city, a dizzying labyrinth of narrow alleyways, or derbs, that twist and turn in a seemingly endless maze. Here, life spills out onto the streets. Donkeys laden with goods jostle for space with pedestrians, artisans hammer and chisel in tiny workshops, and the air is thick with the scent of spices, leather, and perfume. It is within this maze that you find the souks, the traditional markets, each dedicated to a specific craft: spices, leather goods, carpets, lanterns, and so much more. Deep within the Medina lies the Bahia Palace, a stunning example of 19th century Moroccan and Islamic architecture. Its name means brilliance, and it was intended to be the greatest palace of its time. Wandering through its opulent courtyards, intricate marquetry, painted ceilings, and stained glass windows, one gets a sense of the lavish lifestyle of the viziers who once lived here. The palace is a collection of riads, traditional Moroccan houses with internal gardens, creating a series of cool, peaceful courtyards hidden away from the city's heat. For a truly authentic Moroccan experience, one must visit a traditional hammam or public bathhouse. This is not a modern spa, but a deeply ingrained social ritual, particularly within the Medina. The experience involves a sequence of steam rooms, scrubbing with savon noir, that's a black olive oil soap, and a vigorous exfoliation with a kessa glove. It is a ritual of purification for both the body and the soul, a place for socializing and relaxation that has been a cornerstone of Moroccan life for centuries. The culinary scene in Marrakech is as diverse and exciting as the city itself. From the sizzling street food of Jama El Fna, offering everything from grilled merguez sausage to sheep's head, to the refined dishes served in elegant riads, there is something to tantalize every palate. The city's restaurants offer a modern twist on classic dishes like tagine and couscous, blending traditional flavors with contemporary techniques. It is a city where you can feast like a king, whether you are sitting on a simple stool in the square or in a candlelit courtyard. As night deepens, Marrakech reveals another side of its personality. While the old city continues its ancient rhythms, the new town, Guelis, comes alive with modern bars, rooftop lounges, and nightclubs. It is a city of contrasts, where one can sip traditional mint tea in a centuries-old riad or enjoy a craft cocktail with views of the Atlas Mountains. This blend of the ancient and the modern is what gives Marrakech its unique and compelling energy, attracting a cosmopolitan crowd from all over the world. Marrakech is also a crucial gateway. From here, the majestic Atlas Mountains are within easy reach, offering opportunities for trekking, exploring Berber villages, and witnessing landscapes of breathtaking scale and beauty. The city acts as a base camp for adventures into the mountains and beyond, into the vastness of the Sahara. It is a starting point, a place of preparation and anticipation before one ventures into the wilder, more remote parts of this incredible country. It is both a destination in itself and a portal to further wonders. Rising from the earth on a hill beside the Ounila River is a site that seems to belong to another time, a place born of legend. This is Ait Ben Haddou, a fortified village, or Ksar, constructed entirely from earth and clay and straw. It is one of the most extraordinary examples of pre-Saharan earthen architecture and has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. To see it for the first time, especially in the golden light of dawn or dusk, is to be transported back centuries. The structure is a masterpiece of defensive design. A collection of individual dwellings, known as kasbahs, are clustered together within its protective walls. These tall, turreted structures, with their high-angled walls and decorative motifs etched into the clay, give the Ksar its fortress-like appearance. The entire village is a labyrinth of narrow, winding streets, covered passages and public squares, all designed to confuse and repel invaders while providing shade and shelter for its inhabitants. It is a living lesson in ancient military and civil engineering. Its strategic location was key to its historical significance. Ait Ben Haddou was a crucial stop on the former caravan route that linked the Sahara with Marrakech. For centuries, caravans laden with gold, silver, salt and slaves would rest and trade here before embarking on the treacherous journey across the Atlas Mountains. The Ksar was a bustling hub of commerce and culture, a place where traders from distant lands would exchange goods, news and stories, enriching the community that thrived within its walls. The very materials used in its construction tell a story of harmony with the environment. The buildings are made from rammed earth, a mixture of mud and straw, which is then packed into wooden frames and left to dry in the sun. This technique provides excellent insulation, keeping the interiors cool during the scorching summer days and warm during the cold desert nights. However, this earthen construction is also vulnerable to the elements, and the buildings require constant maintenance and repair, a continuous dialogue between the people and their homes. Life within Ait Ben Haddou was, and for the few families that still reside here, is deeply communal. The Ksar was designed with shared spaces at its heart: a mosque, a public square, a grain threshing area outside the walls, and a caravanserai for traders. This layout fostered a strong sense of community and mutual dependence, essential for survival in such a challenging environment. The family unit was the core of society, with multiple generations often living together within a single kasbah. Climbing to the top of the Ksar is a journey through its history. As you ascend the steep winding paths, you pass through layers of the village, from the lower dwellings to the grander kasbahs of the wealthy. At the very summit stands the Agadir, or fortified granary, a final defensive stronghold. From this vantage point, the views are spectacular, stretching out across the starkly beautiful landscape of the Unila Valley and the distant hazy peaks of the Atlas Mountains. One can almost imagine the great caravans approaching from the desert below. Today, Ait Ben Haddou is perhaps more famous for its role in a different kind of storytelling. Its timeless epic appearance has made it a favorite filming location for Hollywood directors. The Ksar has served as the backdrop for countless movies and television shows, standing in for ancient Jerusalem, fictional cities of antiquity, and fantasy realms. It has been the city of Yonkai in Game of Thrones, the setting for Gladiator, and has featured in films like Lawrence of Arabia and The Mummy. This fame has brought both opportunities and challenges. The income from film productions and tourism helps fund the preservation of this fragile site, providing a vital economic lifeline for the local community. However, it also brings the pressures of modernity to a place that has long existed outside of it. The challenge is to balance the needs of preservation and the economic well-being of its people with maintaining the authentic spirit and cultural integrity of this extraordinary place. Walking through the Ksar today, one can visit the few remaining families who act as guardians of its heritage. They welcome visitors into their homes, offering mint tea and sharing stories of their ancestors. Inside these kasbahs, one can see the traditional Berber carpets, the simple yet functional furniture, and the way light filters through the small windows, illuminating the earthen walls. It is a powerful, personal connection to the history that permeates every inch of Ait Ben Haddou. Ait Ben Haddou is more than just a beautiful relic or a movie set. It is a symbol of the ingenuity and resilience of the Berber people. It is a testament to a way of life in perfect harmony with a harsh environment. It stands as a silent, magnificent monument to the flow of history, a fortress built not just of mud and straw, but of time itself. To visit is to walk in the footsteps of traders, warriors, and storytellers, and to feel the enduring power of a place that has withstood the centuries. On the very edge of the vast Sahara lies the small village of Merzouga. For many, this is not the destination itself, but the final outpost of civilization before plunging into one of nature's most magnificent creations, the Erg Chebi Dunes. This is a sea of sand in the truest sense, a vast expanse of wind-sculpted dunes that can reach heights of over 150 meters. Their color is a mesmerizing shade of orange-red, which shifts and changes with the light, creating a landscape that feels both alien and deeply spiritual. The quintessential Merzouga experience is camel trekking into the heart of these dunes. Led by a Berber guide, you mount your camel, the ship of the desert, and begin a slow, rhythmic journey into the sandy wilderness. The world you know quickly disappears behind the towering dunes, replaced by an endless horizon of sand. The silence is profound, broken only by the soft footfalls of the camels and the whisper of the wind. It is an experience that encourages introspection, and a deep connection with the elemental world. As the day draws to a close, your caravan arrives at a traditional Berber camp nestled in a hollow between the dunes. Here, you will spend the night in a kaima, a tent woven from camel or goat hair similar to those used by nomads for centuries. The hospitality is warm and genuine, a fire is lit, mint tea is served, and a hearty tagine is prepared for dinner. It is a simple existence, yet it feels incredibly rich and fulfilling, a welcome respite from the complexities of modern life. The sunsets and sunrises in Ergchebi are legendary, and for good reason. Climbing a high dune to watch the sun disappear is a daily ritual. The sky explodes in a symphony of color, and the dunes are set ablaze with a fiery glow. The sunrise is equally magical. Waking in the pre-dawn chill and climbing the dune again, you witness the first rays of light creep over the horizon, slowly illuminating the sand sea and bringing the world back to life. These moments are pure, unadulterated magic, worth the entire journey in themselves. For those seeking a bit more adrenaline, the towering dunes of Ergchebi offer the perfect playground for sandboarding. Similar to snowboarding, it involves strapping a board to your feet and gliding down the steep, sandy slopes. It's an exhilarating and joyful way to interact with the landscape, often ending with a soft, sandy tumble at the bottom. It's a moment of pure, uninhibited fun in one of the world's most epic sandboxes. The desert around Merzouga is not entirely barren. Near the village lies Dayet Srij, a seasonal salt lake that, when it fills with water after the winter rains, becomes a temporary haven for an astonishing variety of migratory birds. Birdwatchers can be rewarded with sightings of flamingos, shelducks, and many species of waders, their vibrant forms creating a startling and beautiful contrast against the stark desert backdrop. It is a powerful reminder of how life can flourish in the most unexpected of places. For a faster-paced exploration of the vast desert landscape, 4x4 excursions are a popular option. These tours can take you further afield than a camel can, allowing you to visit remote fossil beds, see the nomadic families who still live a traditional life in the desert, and explore the abandoned French mining towns that dot the landscape. It provides a different perspective on the Sahara, highlighting its scale and its hidden histories beyond the beautiful dunes. As night falls in the Berber camp, the entertainment begins. The local Berber guides and hosts bring out their drums, and the timeless rhythms of Saharan music fill the night air. They sing songs that have been passed down through generations, stories of the desert, of love, and of nomadic life. Guests are often encouraged to join in, clapping, dancing, or even trying their hand at drumming. It is a joyous and authentic cultural exchange under a blanket of brilliant stars. The dunes of Ergchebi are not static. They are alive, constantly being reshaped by the Chergi, the powerful wind that blows from the east. This wind carries the fine grains of sand, moving the dunes, creating new crests, and erasing the tracks of those who passed before. To be in the presence of these shifting sands is to understand the impermanence of things and the constant creative power of nature. It is a landscape that is never the same twice. A journey to Merzouga and the Ergchebi dunes is more than a simple holiday. It is an immersion. It is an opportunity to disconnect from the digital world and reconnect with the natural one. It is a chance to experience the profound silence, the overwhelming beauty, and the warm hospitality of the desert. The whispers of the wind across the dunes carry ancient stories, and for those who listen, the desert offers a sense of peace and perspective that is hard to find anywhere else on Earth. Our journey through Morocco is drawing to a close, but the echoes of its history, the vibrancy of its culture, and the majesty of its landscapes will linger long in our memories. From the intricate Zelaga tiles of a hidden riad to the infinite canopy of stars above a Saharan camp, we have witnessed a land of profound beauty and enduring spirit. We have walked through cities painted in blue and red, listened to the stories of ancient Kasbahs, and felt the immense silence of the desert. Morocco is not a place you simply see. It is a place you feel, a place that works its way into your soul. The true magic of this kingdom lies in its people, in the generous pour of mint tea, a gesture of unconditional welcome, in the skilled hands of an artisan, continuing a craft passed down through 100 generations, and in the warm smile of a Berber guide, sharing the secrets of the desert he calls home. It is this human element, this unbroken chain of tradition and hospitality, that transforms a journey into a deep and meaningful connection. The history here is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing force that shapes the present and guides the future. As we leave this land of contrasts, we carry with us more than just photographs and souvenirs. We carry the scent of spices from the souk, the warmth of the desert sun on our skin, and the rhythm of a drumbeat in the night. Morocco has a way of leaving an indelible mark, of calling you back to explore another hidden alleyway or to gaze once more upon its starlit sky. The story of Morocco is vast and continues to be written every day. Perhaps on your own journey you will add a verse of your own. Thank you for traveling with us.